He told me that story about how he was down in his basement with his wife, and they're hugging each other, and they think this could be the end. And then the tornado just rips their house almost off its foundation, the roof certainly.
Yeah, that was one of our live reports earlier this evening on Facebook Live. The folks in Celina, Ohio, suffering so much damage. And when the sun rose today, it was very difficult just to take it all in, wasn't it? Several houses in one subdivision just destroyed, their roofs blown off, garages collapsing on top of cars. As you saw in that live report, Tom was there earlier this evening talking with people about what they experienced.
Yeah, and Linda, this drone video over Celina really shows the damage. One house after another in that subdivision destroyed. Among them, the Snyder house that you see right there. It was a labor of love lost to an EF3.
We bought this a year ago.
For Ron Snyder and his wife Marlene, downsizing meant renovating this house into their dream home.
From one end to the other and did most of it myself.
All to create the perfect place where their grandkids could get out on the water or laugh in the kitchen. He paid attention to every detail. Nice countertops in the master bath, modern hardwood floors throughout.
House, we were getting ready to be done, and yeah, that brings up some real big feelings when you look at this right now.
This is what the master bath looks like now. In the bedroom, all that's left hanging are the barn-style doors that Ron installed. But this can all be replaced. He knows that.
And my wife and I are alive. I managed to keep our dog and her cat, and life is good.
He walked by the TV, saw the weather alerts, and started to worry. But he went to bed. And then something just hit him. He told Marlene, we've got to go to the basement.
I told her, I said, it's time. I said, this isn't play this time. I think this is real. I just had that feeling.
They made it just in time.
And within a minute of sitting there, we heard sounded like major jet engines. Just, I mean, a really shrill sound and eerie.
Then everything went quiet. And when they came back up, this is what they saw. Ron describes his decision to go downstairs right before the tornado hit as a God moment. But there's another God moment in this story as well. Their grandson Kane and granddaughter Cora were there celebrating Memorial Day. Kane was going to sleep over, but Cora convinced him otherwise.
She whispered in his ear and said, no, come on, I want you to come home because I can't stay. I got to go to school tomorrow. And so Kane gave in and he went with her. And we were all so glad when this happened that he went, so that he didn't have to live through this.
A small blessing in the storm and a grateful grandfather ready to rebuild.
I spent 10 months doing this once. I have no problem doing it again.
So many stories just like Ron's there. As I was walking through the neighborhood, you go from one house to another, and there's people that are just devastated by what happened. I was talking with John earlier tonight. I said, what kind of wind speed would be able to cause this damage? And I thought, why don't we just bring you on here at this moment and let folks know this was an EF3.
Correct. So at EF3 tornado, they are still processing the storm damage and rating it. They go through a bunch of different criteria, see what's been damaged, trees, homes, whatever it may be, and analyze how bad they are damaged. And that's how the wind speeds are ranked. So EF3, this one, 136 to 165 mile per hour wind speeds in that tornado in Celina. So very incredible speeds. These scales are determined solely based off damage. So you could have a very large tornado, violent, that doesn't tear up anything, and it wouldn't be rated that high. You could have a weaker tornado that damages just a ton, and it could be rated way high on that scale.
Well, this one did both, and it's at 3 right now. We'll have to wait and see from the reports where it ends up.
If anything, it'll be stronger. It won't be rated anything weaker than a 3.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, John. Linda, back to you.